Hey, what's up, everybody? I am here with another knife video. Some of you are probably getting tired of them, but I like knives. So, this one is a knife that I wasn't too familiar with until recently. It is called the SOG Centi, or Centi. It's it's a C-E-N-T-I. Now, I know cento is 100 in Italian, so not exactly sure what they were going for here. But we have a really tiny knife that is extremely narrow. Look how narrow that is. Very, very short. And it is a lockback right there. And you can see it also has it's a little skeletonized there. Has some space. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work well like the Spydercos have the round hole to flick it open. Can't really do it with this because it's kind of narrow. It really goes into the frame for another thing, and it hasn't been used that much. So I guess if after it works in, it might be a possibility. And the frame then has the lock on the back, and of course, just like a regular lock back, you just push this in, and there you go. You're good. Now, just to show you how small this thing is, it is about 2 7/8 inches long, about 7/8 of an inch wide, and then you pull out the blade. If I remember correctly, the blade is 2.1 inches. So from the top of the handle, that's about maybe about 2 3/8, maybe. I guess from the actual surface, but I always do it from the handle because of where I live. And then total length is exactly 5 inches, right to the tip of the blade to the handle. So this is a tiny knife, but like I had said before, not only is it a tiny knife, but it's also pretty thin. If you look at the handle on the caliper, it is only 0.21 inches wide. So it got pretty narrow there. And the blade, 0.06. Go forward a little bit. Oh, be nice if I put it in frame, 0.04. So this is a very, very thin knife, very skinny, very light. You really don't even know you're carrying this. I was carrying it around lately, and you forget it's even there. And the nice thing is that it came extremely sharp. I'm thinking I'm going to like it even better once it actually breaks in, especially the lock. The lock, it's nice that it has some jimping over here, as you can see, but it is a little tough at the beginning. It's getting better now. After you lock and unlock a couple hundred times, it starts to work in pretty well. Now, this does not have a clip, which means it's basically pocket carry only. Although I am thinking about maybe putting a carabiner on the top of this, not only to attach to a belt hook perhaps, but I'm just a fan of finger rings on knives. I know a lot of people hate them, but I just kind of like, that's why I like karambit. It's one of the reasons. Because if you're holding it, you're really, like I said, slightly larger than average hands. I get 3 fingers on it, but barely, not even really the whole third finger, just that. So I kind of had like a carabiner on it would be cool. But then you're kind of outdoing the, working around the whole purpose of the knife. Would have been nice if I'm talking about things that I would have liked to say if they had a little bit of jimping right here in this part here that's before the skeletonized section starts. I'm not sure if there's any reason why they didn't do that or not, but it would be pretty nice if you're trying to cut stuff, because this isn't a hard use knife. I mean, it's made really well, don't get me wrong, but it's not a hard use knife that you're going to go out there and do all kinds of work with. It's kind of like I have to open a package, some envelopes, cut some string or something. It's kind of one of those things, and for that, it's awesome. It's really nice. Great value, too. I purchased this on Amazon for $14, I think. And it's well worth the $14. Like I said, I had never seen one of these in stores or even seen one, period. And I said, that seems kind of interesting. This was actually my second choice. This is the Centi II, I believe, and then they have the Centi I that is actually a little bit smaller than that. And I wanted to try and get that one, or maybe they're vice versa. I wanted to get that one, but unfortunately, it was like $3 more and would have taken like 3 weeks to come. So I'm kind of like a big kid who's impatient. So I said, nah, I'm gonna get this one because it'll come faster, and I'm also cheap. So it was a few dollars cheaper. As far as the steel goes, it's 8CR 13 MOV. I think that's it. So not the highest quality of steel, but again, it's a $13 knife. If I paid $100 for it, I'd want better steel. But for what it is, like I said, it came very sharp. I imagine that after regular use, I'll have to touch this up a little more than I would a typical, let's say, a better blade steel. But you know, it's $13, and it's weird. It's like it's very light, but it feels solid. Usually when things are made to be very, very light, you almost kind of feel like they skimped on things, and if you drop it, it's going to like break or something. But not this one. It actually feels very sturdy and durable, but it's light at the same time. So I think they did a really good job with this, and I think it fills a nice niche for an inexpensive, small, easily concealed knife. So, like I said, this is the SOG Centi. Check it out, like I said, on Amazon or something. Not sure if like Blade HQ, Knife Center, or Blade Ops, any of those places are selling it now. But SOG is usually pretty good for doing some decent quality, unique knives. Some of you in the past have probably seen some videos I've done for the SOG Instinct, the SOG Gambit, and the SOG Snarl. Really like all three of those. And the Instinct is actually, if you don't know, is a fixed blade that's about maybe this big. The Snarl is a fixed blade that's about that big. And then the Gambit is kind of like a karambit with a finger ring and what looks like a sheep's foot blade almost. But like I said, they do a lot of very, very interesting stuff with their blades. They got some creative people there. So please check out some of my other videos. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And I will talk to you later.